you have an opportunity to connect with your audience by putting out the content that serves them. What's up, creators? It's your boy TJ, and today is a very special day because today we are starting a new series on this channel called the Content Creation Crash Course. I'm trying to say that 5 times fast, aka the C4 series. And what the C4 series is all about how you can best create content for social media or YouTube videos. But first, let's talk about why it is important for you to create content. What exactly do I mean by that? So what creating content is simply creating something valuable for your target audience, people you want to see your content. And this can be in the form of YouTube videos, social media posts, blogs, podcasts, you name it. Everything is content nowadays. And the goal of each piece of content that you put out would be to either educate, inform, entertain, or inspire. It must serve a purpose. You can't be just out here putting content just because. Another reason why it's important to create content for your audience is that you have an opportunity to connect with your audience by putting out the content that serves them. First, you gotta know exactly what you're gonna talk about before you hit record. It is important to pick a topic which is the foundation of what you're going to talk about. So this can be either broad or very specific as long as you are catering to your target audience. So for example, if you're a gamer and you want to share your passion of a certain game to people who are a part of that community, and your content should be centered around that game, whether you're playing it, discussing it, reviewing it, or doing all three in one video. Now that you have your topic down, you may want to break it down into specifics. Now, this is where research comes into play, which is a key part of content creation. You gotta know what you're gonna talk about before you hit record. I cannot stress that enough. So, for example, if you're passionate about, let's say, marketing, there are a variety of topics you can talk about, from branding to email marketing to social media marketing, content creation, and advertising. However, since these topics are generally broad, this is where research comes in. A few guiding questions you can use for research are: what are the issues and pain points that your audience is faced with? How can you solve those pain points? And what are some trends in your topic of choice? A hack that I use is Google searching keywords that's related to my topic and showing the questions that pop up as my topics. Another tool you can use for topic generation is answerthepublic.com. And this one is honestly a game changer because it has so many topics you can talk about just off of one keyword search. It is crazy. I highly recommend you go check that out. Link in the description below. You may be thinking, can I just hit record and post whatever, whenever, if I know exactly what I'm gonna talk about? Well, you could, but however, it is best to plan out what you're gonna say to your target audience. So planning out your content ensures that your target audience is receiving some kind of value. You are staying on topic and your audience knows what to expect from you. Now, to paraphrase a common saying, if you fail to plan out your social media content, you are planning to fail. You have to know what you're gonna talk about and plan it out. A useful method that I use is scripting, which is basically typing out or writing out, whichever method you want to use, exactly what you're going to say. My go-to tool for this is Notion, who is not a sponsor of this video. And what Notion is, it's basically a platform you can use to take notes. Another tool you can use is a simple Google Doc, or if writing is your thing, simply write it down in a notebook. For my scripts, I'll provide an example of this. I sort things out in a specific way, and this is specifically for YouTube videos. I sort it out by title, record date, air date, description, intro, I have key points, and also an outro. But if you're just scripting for a social media post, the simplest with a topic and bullet points is just as effective. All right, so tip number 2. I call this method shoot your shots. This is all about using specific shots in your videos. If you want to use specific shots in your videos, come up with a shot list before recording. And there are a variety of angles you can use, such as close-up shots, medium shots, wide shots. You may want to use a variety of shots in different locations to keep your viewer engaged. And these shots can be broken down into two specific categories. A-roll footage, which is the main talking head footage, you looking straight at the camera, and B-roll footage, which is secondary footage you use if you want to show off a specific product or a service, or you want to use stock footage, which I will get to in just a moment. You want to have a good combination of both A-roll and B-roll to enhance the quality of your video. So, moving on to stock footage. This is a very useful tool if you do not want to show up on camera. And a website that I use for this is Pexels, and they have free videos and photos that you can use for your videos or your social media posts. And you can combine these with your own footage or just simply use stock footage straight from the website and add a voiceover to it. Let's talk about tone. And this point doesn't get talked about enough in my opinion, honestly, when talking about creating content. What is your tone? Basically, your tone is how you communicate your message to your audience. Are you witty? Are you funny? Angry? Sad? Happy? These are all different examples of tone, and they will influence how your viewers will react to your video, so keep that in mind. All right, tip number 2, lighting. This is a key part of your video. You gotta make sure your lighting is on point, or else it can make or break your video in terms of quality. This may seem obvious, but please do not shoot in the dark. There are thousands of videos out there that have terrible lighting, and you do not want to be one of them. Trust me. However, if you are shooting outside, then natural light is your best friend. You have natural light to your advantage that you can use to record your video. However, I do recommend that you put your phone or your camera on a tripod. That way you can keep your video stable. If you are shooting inside, you want to make sure that you are shooting in a well-lit environment and you can be seen clearly. Lighting is a concern of yours. If it's a major concern of yours, I would highly recommend you invest in a softbox lighting kit. I will put a link to that in the description below. It will give you that extra lighting that you need to boost the quality of your video. And lastly, but certainly not least, camera versus phone. And this is where the great phone versus camera debate comes in. And the answer to this, it all depends on what type of video you are shooting. Now, me personally, when it comes to long form content such as podcasts and YouTube videos, I prefer a camera. And the camera that I use is the Canon Rebel T7. It's not the best camera in the world in terms of quality, but it is a affordable camera option, and it will give you the performance and quality at a great price. So I will link that in the description as well. Even though most modern phones are capable of shooting up to 4K footage, however, they take up a lot of storage on your phone, especially if you are shooting long videos. You know, this reminds me of the time where I tried to shoot a long form reaction video on a separate YouTube channel, and this video ended up being 30 minutes long, and I believe it was in 4K. And I had to delete a lot of videos to make room for that one hefty video. I mean, needless to say, this wasn't the best idea to shoot with a phone over a camera. Could I have planned this out better? Yeah, that's what hindsight is. Hindsight is always 20/20. You can look back on your mistakes, see what you did wrong, and you can keep moving forward. It was a quick lesson in content creation that I had to learn. If you are shooting long form videos on your phone, please make sure you have the storage to back it up. Do not make the same mistake that I made. Also, make sure your phone is fully charged. Recording videos can drain your battery real fast. However, if you are only shooting short form content such as TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, your phone will get the job done. The first step to editing your videos is finding a video editing software. But first, let's talk about time as it relates to editing your videos. The time it takes to edit your videos will typically depend on how much content you have in the video and whether or not you want to add extra stock footage or extra clips or videos or music, sounds, or whatever you want to add to your video. Or you may want to cut out certain parts of the video where you mess up or forget what you're going to say along the way. This is where video editing software comes in. And now, editing videos doesn't have to cost you a dime. There's plenty of video editing software out there for the free. Now, my go-to free software is CapCut. I mainly use CapCut for editing short form videos such as Instagram Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. And what CapCut is, it is a free video editing software that will allow you to edit your clips for social media. CapCut offers trending effects and filters and text templates to help you make your videos stand out, and it is easy to use. What I like most about CapCut, it is directly integrated with both YouTube and TikTok, which allows for easy posting onto both platforms. Short form videos have dominated the game for a couple of years now, and it will continue to dominate heading into 2023. So I highly suggest you all get the ball rolling on using CapCut. If you want to see a CapCut tutorial, leave a comment down below. Now, in addition to free options, there are also paid options. And if you are really serious about enhancing your video editing skills, then I highly recommend you invest in the Adobe Creator Suite, which will allow you to use both Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Premiere Rush. Now, Adobe Premiere Pro is for longer form content. You can edit short videos on Premiere Pro, but Premiere Pro is usually reserved for long form content because it allows you to do color grading. It allows you to insert text graphics and add certain effects to your video. And also, Adobe Premiere Rush is recommended for shorter videos. I would say it's CapCut, but more enhanced. It has more enhanced features. I would recommend Adobe Premiere Rush if you want to enhance the quality of your video. Alright, so tip number 2, selecting audio. Now, using audio in your video will help make it stand out, but you may want to proceed with caution on this because, believe it or not, social media platforms such as Facebook and YouTube specifically, are highly strict on using certain audio or popular songs. They will either flag your video, disabling it for monetization. If you want to monetize your videos, you gotta be careful. You don't want to use a popular song if you want to monetize your video. And they may either take it down, demonetize it, or both. However, if you are posting shorts, TikToks, or Instagram Reels, there are trending sounds that you can use to help give your video that extra boost. And YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok also gives you the option to add a voiceover to your video if you're not comfortable just yet with showing up on camera. Alright, so tip number 3, this is a tip that I like to call the sneak preview method. The sneak preview method is where you would take a short snippet of a YouTube video or a podcast episode and post it to your social platform of choice. That way it can be as a sneak preview of your upcoming video. It builds anticipation for your upcoming video. So this is a perfect example of repurposing your content, which I will discuss further in a later video, so stay tuned for that. Why it is important to schedule your content. Now, one of the key reasons why it is important to schedule your content is that it will save you both time and energy, 2 things that you do not want to waste as you're trying to get your brand up and running. I wish I understood this concept much sooner because I wasted so much time with posting social media content. I was posting videos one by one when I should have just scheduled them all in one go. And another reason it is important to schedule your content because it ensures consistency. It ensures that you have a consistent presence on social media. Your target audience will know what to expect from you, and the algorithms reward consistency. So say for instance you post, let's say, one time every day from Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. That is 5 pieces of content you are serving up to your audience each week. Now, as I mentioned, the algorithms reward consistency. In my previous video, I mentioned that I posted a YouTube short every day for 30 days straight, and I saw a massive gain in terms of both views and subscribers. I'll also link that in the description below. Now, That leads me to my next point. Do you have to post content every single day? The answer is no. You do not have to post content every single day. Some of these gurus have been lying to you all. Trust me, you do not need to be out here every single day posting content. Unless you're a major brand with tons of clients, it's not necessary to post every single day. Now, however, you can post 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and the evening on, let's say, Tuesdays and Thursdays at a certain time. That way you'll still be consistent, and that's 6 pieces of content for that week. Figure out what days you want to post and be consistent with it. Now let's move on to scheduling software. Now, there are both free and paid options for you to schedule your videos. Now, one of my go-to platforms is the Meta Business Suite, which allows you to schedule your social media posts for both Facebook and Instagram. What I like about the Meta Business Suite is that it allows you to easily schedule and post to both platforms at the same time. A key feature of this platform is that it shows you the best time to post each day, and this is all based on your current engagement with your followers and how many likes you're getting, views, etc. And another platform that I have used is Later, which allows you to schedule posts for 6 platforms, and those platforms are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And they have both free and paid options. The free plan gives you 10 posts for each platform every single month. And if you're just starting out and you want to get your feet wet on creating content, then I highly recommend you start out with Later if you have multiple platforms to post on in addition to Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you want to take your scheduling to the next level and have the means to do so, then you may want to invest in a paid scheduling software. Now, one platform that is very helpful, and this is if you are a small agency or an entrepreneur, you have multiple clients managing multiple social media accounts. And this software is Sprout Social. When I worked for a local marketing agency, we used Sprout to manage our clients' social media pages, and it is great to use, like I said, if you're managing multiple clients, but I wouldn't recommend it if you are just managing your own brand. Now, going back to Later, Later, as previously mentioned, has both free and paid options, and my most recommended plan for scheduling your content is the Later paid plan. It's called the starter plan. It's only $18 a month. And this plan allows you to post 30 times per month onto each platform. It gives you the opportunity to customize your own link in bio page so you can link back to your previous content. You can schedule reels and much more. I'll link that in the description below. If this video provided value for you in any way, drop a like, leave a comment, and give me your biggest takeaway from this video. And also subscribe for more dope content. Again, Happy New Year. I hope 2023 brings you joy, peace, and blessings. And if no one else told you today, you matter, and you were put on this earth to do great things.